Hey everybody, it's the Burger Dude, and today we're making vegan flamin' hot mac and cheese. I'll be testing out the TikTok version, and then I'll be making my own version, which I think worked out much better. So let's get to it. Now, for the TikTok flamin' hot mac, we'll be using Takis since flamin' hot Cheetos are not vegan.
And if you're unfamiliar, the original recipe calls for boiling an entire bag of Cheetos and then pouring that grody looking mixture over some cooked macaroni. Sounds awful, I know, but I had to try it.
So I got some water boiling, and then I added in a whole bag of Takis. And as they hit the boiling water, I could feel the spicy vapors almost as much as I could feel my overwhelming sense of regret. I had a feeling this would just turn into a pasty mush, and well, before I gave up, I wielded my trusty potato masher to see if I could break things up more. And it still wasn't really liquefying or even looking halfway appetizing, so I added more water in a vain attempt, but still nothing. I even got out my hand blender, and all that did was give me the most disgusting pasty mess I've ever seen. I mean, it looks like Satan's toilet. This was a huge bummer, if only for the fact that I wasted an entire bag of Takis, so I beg of you,
do not try this at home.
Now, of course, I wasn't going to be deterred because of this failure. I was determined to make some flamin' hot mac. So I went ahead and whipped up a basic vegan cheese sauce, which if you've been here for a while, you might recognize it. We're going to start with about 1 cup of water, and then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of this sodium citrate stuff, which is really just a fancy word for an emulsifier. This will just make the cheese sauce super smooth and velvety, and it'll keep it from getting all clumpy and coagulated even when it cools down. And next, we're going to add in 1 pound of vegan cheese. I'm using this stuff by Violife. And all we got to do is whisk it good until we have something that looks like that. And at this point, it's time to just make this spicy as heck. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of cayenne. And then after that, I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of Frank's hot sauce. And I was hoping that this would turn it more red, but as you can see, it really only turned it a slight reddish orange. So I resorted to the same stuff that the Flamin' Hot Cheetos folks do, some red food coloring. And now watch this. Once I whisk that in, and bam, look at that. Totally ridiculously red. And now we've got it looking right, but it still wasn't spicy enough. So I ran to my fridge and I got a couple of hot sauces. This red habanero by Heartbeat, which is pretty dang good. So I did about a tablespoon of that. And then I got some of this kill sauce, which is also really good. And I did about a tablespoon of that as well. And I gave that a taste and decided, nope, still not quite spicy enough. So I got out my trusty ghost pepper powder, and I added about a teaspoon or so of that, and I gave that a taste, and it was definitely spicy, but I wasn't sure it was enough. However, I knew that sometimes this stuff tends to creep up on you, so against my worst judgment, I stopped adding spicy stuff. But look at that, kind of weird and beautiful, isn't it? So now let's get some cooked macaroni, and we'll go ahead and drown it in that lovely spicy cheese sauce. And we'll give that a good mix. And again, look at that. I mean, I'll admit, it's a little out of the ordinary, but there's nothing wrong with that in my book. Now, all we need to do is add it to a bowl and dig in. And here we go. I gotta admit, at first, I was a little disappointed because it didn't feel that spicy. But like I had predicted, this stuff was a slow build, and once it did, I gotta tell you, I met my match. After a little, I started to sweat, which is always a good sign for spicy food. But it was actually a perfect balance of spicy and cheesy, and I simultaneously wanted to keep eating and stop eating at the same time. I felt like I needed to take a break from all the heat, but it tasted so damn good that I couldn't help myself. So it goes without saying, if you like spicy and cheesy, I highly recommend you give this a try. Go ahead and improvise like I did and have fun with it. And if you want to make some other mac and cheese videos, check out my kimchi mac, and I've also got an Alfredo mac and cheese here too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.